When you think about concussion in sport, cricket may not be the first thing that you think of. Due to the non-continuous style of play, injuries are not all that common, at least of all concussions. Even so, after the new helmet regulations and protections added after the Phil Hughes incident, cricket has tried to resolve any head injuries from happening.
Starting off to play it defensively, it got up just a little bit higher than he thought. It looked almost as though it got him on the cheekbone.
However, this does not mean that there aren't any incidences. In the wake of the Steve Smith incident, we're going to take a look at what happened during the second Ashes test and the concussion protocol in cricket. Welcome to another episode of Cricket Exposé. If you like our content, do subscribe, and don't forget to press the bell icon. When it comes to the epitome of Test cricket, there's none other than the Ashes at top. Spirits are high, sledging is dirty, and the passion runs amok. With a 1-0 lead and twin centuries by the comeback man Steve Smith, Australia came to the second test with high spirits. In their first innings, while trying to match England's 258, Australia's Steve Smith batting on 80 was struck on the back of the neck by a 149 km/h bouncer by Jofra Archer. This blow caused Steve Smith to walk off the field, although he did return to the crease to bat again with the fall of a couple of wickets. Steve Smith had passed the initial concussion test, which Cricket Australia had implemented in their concussion policy based on the International Consensus Conferences on Concussion. This involved asking several questions to assess the condition of the batsman. Smith came back, added 12 runs before he was adjudged LBW by the bowling of Chris Wokes.
Swinger from Wokes.
Although Smith may have passed the concussion test for the day, he failed the follow-on concussion test run by Cricket Australia the next morning. His condition had deteriorated and there was an emergence of worrying concussion symptoms. Steve Smith felt a headache and some grogginess in the next morning, which pretty much meant that he could go on no further and Cricket Australia should take proper precautions before his injury materializes. Now, according to some studies outlined by Cricket Australia, about 30% of concussions have delayed symptoms which do not appear until a 24 to 48 hour period. Concussions are side effects of a head injury and its symptoms can lead from headaches to unconsciousness, amongst others. The concussion protocol in cricket was recently amended so that any player suffering from a head injury does not have to take up field again. And to make sure that the team that suffered this loss is not at a disadvantage, they can substitute in a player who can perform all actions in the game. Unlike regular injury subs, concussion protocol subs can bowl and field just like any other regular member of the 11. The team that has a player who is suffering from a head injury can submit a formal request to the match referee and ask for a substitute who will play in the rest of the game in place of the injured player. In the case of this test, it was Marnus Labuschagne. This guy. From what we know so far, Steve Smith has been ruled out of the third test at Headingley due to this injury. This is a huge blow for the Aussies as they try to retain the Ashes away from home. But at this point, all we can do is hope Steve Smith makes it back without further issues, as the dark memory of Phil Hughes still lingers around the minds of the cricketing fraternity.
In one heck of a battle.